Hey, Riley with Chronicles of Liberty. Just coming out a little bit about the things that we've seen over the last couple of weeks. Kamala Harris just came out over the last couple of days. And for any of you who think that she is the answer, you've either got your head in the sand or you're dumb as a damn rock. She wants to tax 25% unrealized gains. Do you people understand what that means? Do you understand taxing unrealized gains? That means if your house is assumed to be of some value, they're going to tax it. And they're going to do everything they can to weaponize the Department of Justice even further than the Biden administration has already done. And, you know, when we look at everything, she's yet to even have a single interview. She's yet to come out with anything of substance. I mean, this is the woman that was brought into power by a coup. And I know everybody's heard that word and we keep hearing it, but absolutely, this was not by election, this was by selection. And I think it's because she's so damn dumb that they can make her do whatever they want her to do. And frankly, that's just unacceptable as an American, especially under the Constitution. There was nothing constitutional about this. People, I don't care if you hate Trump. All you people that are out there screaming, I hate Trump, therefore I'm not going to vote. You better wake up and recognize if you don't vote in this election for Trump, your lives, the lives of your children and their children and their children are going to be nothing but slavery. Do you realize that? I mean, this border issue that we're dealing with, look at the border issue already. Look at Denver, Colorado. They're talking about this Tren de la Arauga. I can't even pronounce it. They've taken over an entire apartment complex. The gangs from Venezuela came across the border. Now they're terrorizing everybody, you know, and that's just the tip of the iceberg, people. Chinese that are here, the militarized, you better believe that we're going to be fighting fronts like we never thought we were going to be fighting here in the near future. And anybody that sits there and thinks that we don't have to have protection in our counties, you better figure out real quick who your constitutional sheriffs are. Because if they're not willing to stand up to the federal government, the weaponized FBI, the weaponized DOJ, the weaponized CIA, NSA, whatever it is, if they're not willing to stand up to that, people, you and your county are toast. That sheriff that came out of a freaking San Antonio area at the DNC, that was an embarrassment. To have a man like that stand up and say that Kamala Harris was doing the best work on the border. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to know how many people are lying at the DNC. And I got to admit, I was wrong. I figured Hillary Clinton was coming out of that one as the queen bee, and Kamala was probably going to be dead. And because the deep state, man, I don't know, but evidently they're going to allow this to ride for how long, I don't know. Joe Biden, if I were you, I'd be going back to your basement like you were 4 years ago, and I would hide until they can't find you, because you got to be dead in order for them to get her name on certain ballots. And you better run, because this is not a safe place for you under the deep state. And people out there, you better figure out, vote for your constitutional sheriffs. They're the only source of protection that you or your family or your children and grandchildren will have if Kamala Harris wins over the next 4 to 5, 10 years. And it's a frightening thing to contemplate. And so reach out, find that man or woman that's a constitutionalist, have them run for sheriff. Guys, this is not a lawmaker. He doesn't, or a law enforcement officer. The sheriff is your man or woman that is the face. That is the one that's in the public eye. He's not the one out there pulling people over and giving tickets. He's the guy out there making directions of how that sheriff's department is going to operate. He doesn't, and in fact, in many cases, you don't want a career law enforcement officer as your sheriff, because that just means he's already been indoctrinated from post. So get out there, find the right candidate, have them run, and support them so that you have constitutional protection. It's the only answer we have to fight what's coming. And it's kind of scary right now. I hope all of you are paying attention. Stay frosty, pay attention, get out there and support those who are going to uphold your Constitution. It is the supreme law of the land, and that's all that matters. Everything else is superfluous. I know that was a butcher of the word, but it is, we don't need policies to enforce policies. We don't need to enforce, statutes. We don't need to enforce homeowners association code. We need to uphold and support and sustain the supreme law of the land. That's it. Everything should be subservient to the supreme law of the land. Find those sheriffs that will do this for you. Uphold them, and God bless us all. It's going to get